Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. I am super excited for today's video. So probably the number one question I get asked from friends and family is what they should purchase from Sephora, because as everybody knows, I purchase a ton of products from Sephora and I've tried a lot of products there. So that's the number one question I get asked. But the second question I get asked most often is what I do for my skincare routine. If you've watched any of my videos, you will know that I have a morning skincare routine video up and an evening skincare routine video up, and they're elaborate. Like, I have a lot of steps. I easily have 10 steps at night and probably 5 or 6 steps in the morning. And I try to keep the morning a little lighter just because, you know, to save time. But anyway, so my routine is extensive. I am somebody who loves skincare. I love to try new products. I love to incorporate lots of components into my skincare routine to sort of address lots of, concerns I have. However, I do believe that there are 4 key products that you need. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today, because skincare is so overwhelming. I feel like there's so much information out there and there's so many differing views on what's important and what's not. And so I thought I would do a video and just put my 2 cents out there. So I'm not a doctor. This is my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not an esthetician, I am none of those things. This is just my opinion. These are the things that I think are the top 4 products that you need in your skincare routine. And I think even if you were to only do these 4, you would see dramatic results. And so I know there's lots of skincare stuff out there, right? And lots of dermatologists and estheticians and people who are way more qualified than me have put videos out going over skincare. But I just thought I would put out something super easy, like a how-to anti-age skincare for beginners with 4 products, 2 in the morning and 2 at night. These products are budget friendly and effective. And that's, for my skincare, that's what I want. I want it to be simple. I want simple ingredients. I want it to be effective, I want it to be easy, and I want it to be budget friendly. So again, these are products that work for me, and I think what I'll do is I'll go through morning and night, I'll go through the 4 products, why I think they're essential, sort of cost and where I purchase these. So I am 47 years old, I have mature skin, I have fine lines, I have wrinkles, I have all of those things. I have hyperpigmentation. I have extremely sensitive skin. And when I say my skin is dry, it is dry and it is dehydrated. So I have surface dryness, and I also produce 0 oils, which was great through my teen years because I didn't have any acne. But now as I'm aging, I wish I produced a little bit of oil. 0 oil. All of the dewiness you see is just done with makeup because I have no natural oils. So I probably started looking into skincare about, maybe not quite 10 years ago, but probably when I hit 40, I really started to see that I had lots of age spots coming up. I'm prone to sunspots, and probably before I turned 40, I didn't really consistently wear sunscreen. So that all changed for me probably right around the age of 40. I really started getting into skincare. I had lots of discoloration, sunspots, age spots, hyperpigmentation, just really all the things, right? I had lots of unevenness. I was not able to cover it up with makeup. My skin just looked kind of a mess. I was getting fine lines and wrinkles. And so the first thing I tried was chemical peel. Actually, the first thing I tried was a chemical peel. I did that at a dermatologist's office. The downtime for that was very long. I was kind of down and out for a week while my skin just peeled like crazy. Once the peeling was done, my skin looked amazing. And then I think a month or 2 after that, we went to Hawaii. And even though I tried to stay out of the sun and I wore a hat and I wore sunscreen, all of that discoloration just bloomed right back. And so I thought, okay, there's got to be a better solution for this. And so that's when I really started researching skincare ingredients. And about that time is when I discovered Angie on Hot and Flashy. Now, if for some reason you are familiar with me but not familiar with her, I will link her channel down below. Go binge watch. She's got years of stuff on skincare on her channel, and she is really what got me into skincare. I have her to thank for all these steps that I do. I still watch her faithfully, you know, kind of 8 years later. I'm still watching her every video she puts out. And so at that time, she had her morning skincare and her evening skincare videos up. She had printable little cheat sheets that I think she still does. You can go on, you can print them off. And I did that. I printed them off and I kept them in my bathroom, and I purchased the products that she recommended. And that's how I started. I started with her routine and have since then just tailored my routine for products that I want to try. But the core products that she believes in and uses are still the same core products that I use and I believe in. And so what spawned this idea for me for this video actually was she recently did, just a couple days ago, she put out a video. It was her 4 holy grail multitasking skincare ingredients. And I love that video. I'll link that video down below as well. I think the thing is, if you're in Canada, some of the things that she recommends we can't get here. So there's, I can't remember the name of the company, but it's a monthly subscription. And in the United States, you go online, you submit your information. I think a dermatologist or some sort of specialist looks at all of that information and they curate, oh, it's called Curology. They curate skincare for you. And so she uses that. And I think it's probably amazing. I would love to use it, but we can't get that here in Canada. If you want to get prescription skincare, you have to go to your family doc, or my goodness, try in Canada to get into a dermatologist. Good luck. You're probably a year waiting. And so I feel like that, you know, what she recommends works great if you are living in a country where you can access those sorts of things. I actually think in the UK, they have a similar program. I've seen Wayne Goss talk about it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in Canada, there's a program like this, but I just don't know about it. So I can see I'm already 10 minutes in. I'm really rambling. I will put down below a timestamp for when I actually start talking about the products, because I do have a few more points I want to make. So I'll put a timestamp down below. Okay, so I also wanted to say, please do your own research. And if you decide to start with these products, start them one at a time, start slow, and just really be mindful of that. Some of these products can cause extreme irritation and damage, be damaging if used inappropriately. So do your own research. Okay, is that everything I wanted to touch on? Oh, yeah, so I wanted to mention the other things I'm doing. So I did a chemical peel. I've done lasering. I've done the BBL laser. That's great. BBL laser is amazing. I see amazing results every time I do that, but it's expensive. I do Botox fairly regularly. You can see right now I am overdue. Look at when I smile. I got all sorts of movement here. I do Botox. I do Botox every 4 or 5 months, and I'm due. I'm going here next week actually to have it done. I have done lip filler. I'm actually not getting my lips filled this time, just for honestly to try to save a bit of money and not spend as much. Lip filler for me is about $650 for one syringe. Here in Canada, that's what I pay. And the Botox I get is about $10 a unit, and I get about 60 to 65 units. So again, you're talking, if I do the Botox and the lip filler, it's kind of a $1,200 hit. So I'm just trying to maybe spread that out a little bit. I've never done facial filler, but it is on my to-do list for this year. I want to tighten up my jawline, and I want to get a little bit in through here and maybe diminish this a little bit. Whether or not I do it, we will see, but I do want to do it. So I will link my morning and my evening skincare routines down below. I'll put them up here and down below so that you can see all the things I do. But let's get into the 4 things that I think are key. Okay, so as I mentioned, I want effective ingredients. I don't want things that have been on the market for 5 minutes and we don't know if they work. I want things that have been proven and tested to work. In the morning, I go in with the vitamin C. I've got 2 products for the morning, like I said. So number 1 is vitamin C, and I get this one from Timeless. This is the 20% vitamin C serum plus vitamin E plus ferulic acid. Now this is the giant bottle, and this bottle is $80 US. but this lasts me 6 months. It's 4 ounces. And this is what the giant bottle looks like. And so what I do is I keep this in my fridge and I dispense a small amount of it into a dark glass bottle, and that's what I keep in my bathroom, and this is what I use day to day. When you order from Timeless, you can order this in, I think, a 1/2 ounce, a 1 ounce, or the big 4 ounce. So I order the 4 ounce because it's $80. If you want to just order a 1 ounce, I think it's $27. I did write it down. Yes, $26.95. Now, when it comes, so this is how this product looks. It is a very watery, clear serum. And it goes on very easy. It does have a little bit of, I don't want to say an oily texture, but you do feel a little bit. It's probably the vitamin E, I'm guessing, in there, but you can see that's already completely absorbed in. So it absorbs in very quickly. So I put this on every single morning. I never miss putting on the vitamin C. This is essential to me. I started using this, like I said, all of these products about that 8 years ago, about when I turned 40. Now, I buy it in bulk. Lasts me about 6 months, so very economical. When I was researching vitamin C's, this is the one that Angie recommended, so I just started with that. Lots of people I watch recommend the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. I think that was probably the first one on the market, because with vitamin C you do have to be careful. It needs to be formulated at the proper pH for it to work. Once it starts to change color and turn, it's no longer effective, and you will see that if you have a vitamin C that you don't get to and use up in the time when it's still good. It will start to turn. It gets a real deep amber yellow color. So that vitamin C Ferulic, I think here in Canada, is about $130 an ounce. And I can't spend that kind of money on my skincare. It's just not in my budget. I know when I was watching Angie, she talked about how similar this one from Timeless was. If you go, there's a great website. It's called Skin School. I will link it down below. And what they have done is they've taken the formulation of popular skincare brands, and they have the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic on there, and they compare it to other brands. This Timeless vitamin C is 98% identical to that. That's close enough for me. That's to save the $100. I'm good. I'll just use this. So vitamin C, what is it gonna do? So it's an antioxidant. And so what it does, so the reason that I use this in the morning is because it's an antioxidant. And antioxidants are great at getting rid of the free radicals that your skin comes in contact with. So that's sun exposure, that's pollutants, it's all the environmental aggressors that we come in contact with in the day. So at night, I'm not really coming into contact with those, right? I'm not out in the sun. I'm not, usually outside after I've done my nighttime skincare routine. So I use this in the morning. So vitamin C is going to boost your protection from the sun. It's going to increase your collagen. It's going to increase the effectiveness of your sunscreen. It helps with any discoloration or hyperpigmentation you have on your skin. And like I said, just help with your everyday stressors that your skin comes into contact with. So this is the first product I'm going to talk about with my 4 essential products. I think everyone should try to use a vitamin C. I think this one from Timeless at that price. Now in Canada, you will have to order this off the US website. They are a US-based company. So it's $26.95. That's US. You're going to pay exchange on that. Their shipping to Canada is not inexpensive. And I have been dinged at the border paying duties and taxes on it as well. But for me, it's worth it because I haven't found anything that I want to use more. Anything that I think is as good as this. Okay, no surprise. In the morning, you should use a vitamin C, and then you should use a sunscreen. And I think if you just did those 2 things in the morning, you would see dramatic differences in your skin. If you're only gonna do one thing, add a sunscreen in. If you are my age and not using daily sunscreen, oh my goodness, go run. Shut this video off and run and get a sunscreen and start using it daily. I have lots of ladies in my life that don't wear a sunscreen every day, you guys. This will make the most difference. I promise you, in your skin, in the health of your skin, in the aging of the skin, in your improvement of your skin, this is it. So you can get a physical block, which is this one. It's an all mineral sunscreen, or you can get a chemical one. It doesn't matter what you get whatever you will use, and use it daily and use a ton of it. You need way more sunscreen than you think. If you are getting your sunscreen in your makeup, it's not enough. I go in with a huge amount of this. I do my face, I do my ears, I do my neck, I do my chest, I do the backs of my hands, and I do up my arms. I do that every single morning. If I am staying home and not going outside, I never miss a day. I haven't missed a day of sunscreen in at least 8 years. Now this one is my favorite, but again, go try out any kind that you love and will use is the best kind of sunscreen for you. For me, because I have dry sensitive skin, I can only use an all mineral sunscreen. I can't use a chemical sunscreen. It's just too irritating for me. So this is the Australian Gold Botanical 50 Tinted Face Sunscreen. It's lightweight, matte finish, anti-aging, water resistant for 80 minutes. I already said broad spectrum 50. And I have this in the shade light, and I think it comes in 3 or 4 versions. I get this off Amazon and it's $25. So there you go. My morning skincare routine is about $50. This is the essential elements. Okay, for your nighttime routine. Now, of course, it goes without saying, you need to remove your makeup. So you probably should be going in with a double cleanse, regardless if you wear makeup or not, because now we all know we're all wearing sunscreen. To effectively get sunscreen off, you probably need to go in with an oil cleanser first, and then follow that up with some sort of other gentle cream cleansers. That's what I typically do. Okay, and then for your nighttime routine, 2 products. The first one you're going to go in with is your niacinamide. So this one that I like and that I've been using the longest is from The Ordinary, and it's their niacinamide 10% with 1% zinc. Now that's a pretty high strength of niacinamide. Did they come out with a lower strength? I'm not sure. If they did, I will link it down below. This one from The Ordinary is $7 Canadian. And again, it's the one I've been using the longest. This is my backup, and this is the bottle I'm currently using, and I'm kind of down about there. I probably go through one of these every couple of months, and it's the 1 ounce size. Another one that I have been using and really enjoying is from Good Molecules. Now, this is actually quite a nice product. I really like Good Molecules. I like a lot of their stuff, and this is the Niacinamide Brightening Toner, and I've used this one at night too. It's more of a water-based formula, and this has 3% niacinamide in it, and it's about $14 US. You know what else is nice about this though is that it has niacinamide, vitamin C, arbutin, which is great at removing discoloration on your face, licorice root extract, to brighten and improve the appearance of enlarged pores. This is a really great product. If you wanted to start with maybe a lower concentration of vitamin or of niacinamide, you could start here and then work your way up to the 10%. I'm going to read off a list of the things that niacinamide does because it's an extensive list. So it's going to keep your skin firm and healthy. It's going to help with your lipid barrier and help you retain moisture better. It's going to minimize redness. It's going to minimize pores. It's going to regulate oil production. If you have oily skin, start a niacinamide. I've heard, I don't have that problem, so I can't really speak to that, but I have seen lots of people talk about how great niacinamide is at regulating excess oil. It protects against sun damage and any of those oxidative stresses that you come in contact with in the day. Again, sun's rays, pollutions in the environment, any of that stuff. It's going to, so protects against sun damage. It treats hyperpigmentation. It minimizes fine lines and wrinkles, and it can help with acne. This is a powerhouse ingredient. Everyone should try to incorporate this in. It's been proven in lots of clinical trials and lots of studies to really work. And again, $7. The last ingredient that I want to talk about that I think is in the top 4 is a Retin-A, Retinol, retinaldehyde. There's so many versions. It's a vitamin A. So you want to incorporate a vitamin A, retinol, vitamin B, niacinamide, that's at night, And then in your morning, you've got your vitamin C and your sunscreen. And that's it. Those are the essential ingredients. So Retin-A is tricky. I will say this, Retin-A is real tricky to use, especially if you're like me and you have dry skin and you have sensitive skin. I have been on this struggle bus with vitamin A for 8 years. Honestly, you guys, it is so hard. My skin hates it. It just is so angry every time I use it. So I've got a system right now that's working for me. I first tried to use Differin. So if you live down in the US, you can purchase Differin just at the drugstore. In Canada, you can't. In Canada, to get a Retin-A, you have to get it by prescription. You have to get it from your doctor, or again, good luck, dermatologist, and go to the drugstore and pick it up. So I do have I'm just covering my prescription information, but I do have prescription strength Retin-A. This is a tretinoin, and this is in the 0.04% micro gel. This is so hard for me to use, and I have tried so many ways to use it over the years. I tried to go in slow, tried to use it once a week and then work my way up. I can maybe use it twice a week. That way I get peeling every time I use it. I've tried to use it on cleansed dry skin. No. I've tried to put on all my skincare, let it dry completely, and then go in with this. That's better. I actually had a lovely subscriber recently tell me that what she did was she would cleanse her face, let it dry, put a little bit of her Retin-A on, let it sit for X number of time, wash her face, and then go in with her skincare. What did she call that? Retin-A washing? Or that's not what she called it. I can't remember. If you watch this video, please tell us all about that again in the comments section. If anybody knows great ways to get Retin-A to work, leave it in the comments. It has been such a struggle for me, but what I'm using right now is this product from Olay. This is a little mini, because at the drugstore I could buy this to try it. How great is that Olay put that out? So this is the Retinol 24-hour fragrance-free moisturizer. It comes just like a cream, has no scent at all, and you can see I've used kind of half this little jar. So what I'm doing is once a week right now, after all my skincare has sat and just completely dried down, I go in with a very little bit of this and strategically avoid my eyes, nose, and mouth. There's lots of videos on here on YouTube from dermatologists, estheticians, all that, on how to incorporate Retin-A or retinol into your skincare routine. Please go access all of that information by people much more qualified than me. This has been a struggle for me, but I feel like it's such an important powerhouse ingredient. It is the longest studied anti-aging ingredient out there, and if you can, and lots of people can, don't be afraid of this. I have a girlfriend that just went in with Differin. She uses it every day. She's had no issues. And I hate her. And so, I am just so jealous of that. There's lots of people that use Retin-A every day in crazy high percentages, and it's fine. They have no issues. For me, that's not been the case. And so I try to just go in super slow and not overwhelm my skin and not irritate my skin. But Retin-A is your gold standard anti-aging ingredient. If you use nothing else, use a Retin-A in the night and a sunscreen in the morning. I think, you would see remarkable results with just those two products. So what a Retin-A does, or a retinol does, and the difference is the Retin-A is that prescription strength tretinoin. It gets into your skin in one step. So your skin is able just to, in one step, use it. If you go in with like a retinol, which is something like this Olay that you could get at the drugstore, your skin has to process that in 2 steps to be able to use it. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't understand all the different things, but this is just going to be a little slower and a little gentler, and so for me that's better, right? But if you want more dramatic results, well, you're going to want to get a prescription strength like tretinoin, or again, if you're in the US, you can get Differin just from the drugstore. You don't need a prescription. So what these products do is they increase your cell turnover, hence the flaking and irritation that I get, right? It's forcing my skin to turn over more quickly, which, that slows down, that process slows slows as we age. And it's also going to help with collagen production, which is another thing that slows down as we age. So it helps with the two things that we lose. I think we start losing them in our 20s. So there you go, you guys. Let's see. This Olay product is probably about $30 to $40 at the drugstore. Again, this is a mini, but full size, that's what it would be. If you're in Canada, prescription Retin-A, my drug plan pays for this. I don't pay for any of that out of pocket. So, if you're in Canada, that might be a good option for you. Just go to your doctor and get a prescription. And if you have a drug plan, it's probably covered for you. So there you go, you guys. There's my morning and evening skincare routine for beginners, for anti-aging, for about about $150 all in. No, not even, because we're kind of 25, 10, and 40. So for less than $100. Less than $100, you guys. I feel like you can get a really effective, good skincare. And honestly, if you're getting prescription tretinoin and that's covered for you, $57 here in these products. So I feel like this is, if I was just going back to before I had started and I was looking for, something simple and easy and affordable and effective, here's what I would do. Here's the 4 steps I would do. These are the things that have worked for me. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Leave me a comment. Leave any suggestions for all of us down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.